Talk Nerdy to Me, the show, presents Vidcast number 95 with this week's comics of August 21st. And we are sponsored by
Kaboom!
Das Labs,
Twin Sons!
Comics and Games,
Oh my.
as well as The Age of Comics. I think it's just Age, there's no The on it.
Yeah, it's Age of Comics.
Yes.
And if you want to get the bigger discount, become a Golden Age member there.
Yes. I am Pablo Gunner.
We're Golden Age over there.
And you are?
The Ambassador.
And, we are going to be covering our cover, panel, spread, and back and bag of the week here on this show. Okay, we're here at Casa de Gunner. That's why we have Galactus, in the back there. And then we got, Nightcrawler, and then Wolverine over here. And then higher up we have Thanos that you can't see, And then we got the Ambassador representing right there with the Marvel. What is that from Civil War?
Yeah.
I think so, right?
I think it's from Civil War.
And then, I got mine with my... the D boys, I mean, if you're a real American like myself, you support a true American team, the Cowboys, as well as the Marvel heroes, of course, because they are they're Earth's mightiest heroes, and that's how.
No offense, but I think Captain America would be a part of would be going for the Patriots. Just saying.
No way. The Star. I mean, come on, look, the Star. What star does that look like, Ambassador? Please tell me, what star does that look like? That's right, the Captain America star. Shut your mouth. Anyways, my cover of the week, I think, may also have something in common with your cover of the week.
Yeah.
Which is Indestructible Hulk. Number, what is it, 7? 12.
Number 12.
Number 12. So, it's really epic. I mean, like the Ambassador said, it just grabs your attention. It's Indestructible Hulk, Agent of Time. He has a Tyrannosaurus Rex, pulling in the reins. There's cowboys on there with him, and it's just
pretty much
it's
tells
funny,
you what's
it's goofy,
going to
it's
be
cool.
in the book.
It's a good time.
It's a gimmick cover. It doesn't really give anything away, but tells you what's in the book.
Right, I know you may think it's like really ridiculous and goofy and over the top, which it is, but it really works in the book.
Yeah, and it's what sticks out when you go to buy comics. It's like, what the heck?
You know what else sticks out when I go buy comics?
Dick?
My boner, yeah. Oh. And Dick as well.
Yeah, he happens to be a big fan.
There's a reason they call me the Gun Show.
Yeah, he's more like Quicksilver. And that right there is my panel of the week. It's just really cool. I like how they do the running. It looks really good, and it shows him in the motion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as cool as Dick in motion.
And there's a sound effect, Foom. It says.
It says Foom. And it was just, this book was all about, I felt this book's main character was really Quicksilver.
It was mostly focused on Quicksilver,
yeah. He was the one that was focused on, and it was just seeing him do everything he was doing. You realize that he had different motives from the other villains, and he kind of pretty much got screwed in the end.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
And my panel is right there, and it is from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Micro Series number 5, villains Kurai, and this character right here, intro of a classic Ninja Turtles villain character. He's one half of the duo, he's from the cartoon series. Loved him, similar, his name is similar to our Bebao,
Yeah.
right? Uh, so, I mean, just his look, I saw his face, and I was like, oh my god, that's so awesome! And I was like, yeah, so cool, so cool. If you're a TMNT fan, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Shout out to my fellow brothers.
Or
that
if you're
like
a
the
gamer,
TMNT.
you know who he is.
Or gamers.
Because if you're a retro gamer, you don't play Ninja Turtles. You gotta remove that retro from your name.
Yeah.
From the name, because yeah, Turtles made some of the best games.
I own it on my Xbox Live.
We better get back to our comics. Shazam! This is a pretty freaky picture of Shazam when he gets Pandora's box, and he almost looks like he's going Dark Adam, and it's great because it has all these random scenes from throughout the DC universe when he does this too.
Well, as you were complimenting earlier about the Ultimate Comics, The Ultimates issue 29, here is my spread of the week right there, which is Quicksilver. It was focused on Quicksilver. It started with this spread with Quicksilver, and Quicksilver is easily one of my favorite characters of all time. It kind of does that thing where he's sort of talking like what's his name, Dr. Manhattan, where he's like 17 seconds. That's how much time I have to do this, And he's like talking, oh, I can do this, oh this, like all the different things he's just thinking. He thinks as fast as he moves, So like he has all this stuff shooting off around in his head, while he's talking about it.
It's cool too because then you realize, oh, that's similar to the Flash, but he doesn't work. He doesn't put it to as much use as Flash does.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
But it's still cool to see a character like that.
Mm-hmm.
And next we'll go and do our B-Bows. Mine was Avengers Assemble number 18. And as you saw on the cover, it's pretty much focused on Spider-Woman and what happened during Avengers Infinity issue this week.
Yeah, it was kind of like a tie-in.
It was a tie-in. It was really epic, and the art was stunning and looked really good. It was a little lighter than the actual event, but it worked well for who they were focusing it on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just good to see more Jessica Drew.
But my back and bag of the week, as we call our best book of the week, is Batman and Nightwing number 23.
He likes Dick.
I do. I love Dick, actually. It's technically Batman and Robin number 23, but since Damian's dead, he doesn't really have a Robin, so they put Dick in there.
It's cool, too. I kind of feel they're doing something similar to Death of Superman with this title. Where it's like they're showing you people filling in his place, but they don't really complete it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Dick does the closest job.
Right. I mean, anytime you want to make a book better, you put Dick in it. That's how you get it done. So that's. I mean, the best part though, I feel like, is just the emotional point. Dick really knows Bruce. I feel like he knows Bruce the best.
Yeah, there's only one person who knows Bruce better than Dick.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a really good job in this book as well.
Yeah.
Alfred.
Yeah. And so, that was so awesome because he's like, hey, you know what? I know when I'm not going to lose a fight, especially when it comes to being against Bruce. So, I'm just going to join in on the fight, and they win, but they win, but they lose, but then he proves his point. Dick proves his point, and he's like, Batman's just lost it, and he's like, I wish I was never Batman, and I'm quitting this, and all that, and he's like, the thing is, though, is if you were never Batman, you wouldn't have a son, Damian, and so he wouldn't even exist, and if you weren't Batman, you couldn't have changed him from who he was, For all you know, he could still be a murderous psycho killer, like he was when he first came to us, but you changed him for the better, and that's why you need to go back out there, is to inspire people and to change the world, because you've made my life better, you made all the other Robins better, and especially him, and that's why. And then, like you said, there was Alfred, and little did we know Alfred was feeling the most at fault for this, because he failed to even try to stop Damien from leaving that day that he died, and Bruce finds that out, and he realizes what that he's completely just ignored him, and everything else around him. So just those emotional high points, were really epic, and to me, it makes a lot more sense that it's the better book, because it's more emotional, for one. It, as far as I know, like you get closure. You get closure for this, and at the same time, awesome art. I mean, it's the same creative team that has been there,
from the first issue.
And so it's consistently great and very emotional, and that's why it's obviously the better pick for Back and Back.
I wouldn't say it's the better pick, because I got one of the best upcoming writers in Marvel right now. And then on top of that, you got this great artist, Kitson, who came out of nowhere. And this book, even though this book doesn't always have the same artist, it always has a good artist.
Right.
And it's consistent in that way. But the writer stays the same.
It's pretty interesting, though, like how you were saying about how she writes the female characters so well.
She does.
And I wonder if that has anything to do with her having a vajayjay.
It's very possible.
Yeah, very likely. Okay. Whereas this writer, he's written female characters before and done a good job at them. He does even in this one, I think.
Oh, with Carrie Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's all right, but
yeah, Carrie Kelly, Talia al Ghul,
Yeah.
That was mostly recapping, though. But anyways, it doesn't matter, because it's still the better choice, obviously. I mean, the emotional weight, But how about you decide on our YouTube and tell us what you think of who had the better picks? Obviously, we actually agreed for once on cover, because it was just one of those attention-grabbing covers, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
riding a dinosaur.
Right, rein like a horse,
Yeah.
Using vines as reins, on the T-Rex, So yeah, but who had the better panel though? Was it my panel, which was introing a character, classic Ninja Turtles character, which was awesome, or what was yours?
Yeah, mine was just pure awesomeness, of course, with Quicksilver running.
Oh, yeah, that's really original, that's really original, for sure. That's really unique.
And then my spread was obviously better with Shazam going dark and evil because of Pandora, and then the whole splash with the whole DC universe feeling the pain, feeling the evil transformation showing up.
Yeah, filling the page with a bunch of characters that are irrelevant to the concurrent story.
Hey, there was relevant characters too. Batman and his group was there too.
Yeah, in the background. They weren't on the, barely relevant. Most of those, it was like maybe one of those panels was relevant to that actual spread.
No, it was all relevant. A panel like that is great. So. A spread like that's great because it shows those little panels and it says, you know what? The DC universe is united.
Whereas my spread was Quicksilver, and just the way they did, like you could tell he was in motion just from it, and then just all the dialogue in that spread was awesome. And then, like you said, the whole issue is focused on him and around him, which just further proves why it's such a great spread, So, go decide on our YouTube. that hopefully you're subscribed to, which is, Talk Nerdy to Me, the show, one word, that's it, and, or email us, tell us what you think about any of it at all, any of our stuff that we do.
Or if you have a better panel, email it to us. And
yeah.
We may just may have to add a note saying, sorry, this panel is actually better.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys send us suggestions, then we might have to start doing panels of the week or panels and spreads of the week, covers of the week, that people send to us, and then we can throw that on there. So we pick them, we pick ours, and then you guys can pick yours. And, best way to do that is probably send them to our email, at talknerdytometheshow@yahoo.com, or even probably message us on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/TNTM the show. It's kind of like TMNT, but the letters are switched around, so it's TNTM the show. So, yeah. Or you can shoot us a tweet if you want to at TN2ME. So that's it for the Gun Show here, saying keep those eyes hungry for
comics.